meet you. Tonight, I'd like to talk to you about you. You see, I know you. I do. I know you very well, actually. Now, look, I'm not trying to scare you or make you nervous or anything like that, but I know you. I do. I know your name. I know what you had for dinner. I know where you live. And I know how you really feel about doing what you're doing and how you feel about being here tonight. I do. I have to start out saying things this way in order to gain your attention. Do I have your attention? I'm actually not here for what you think I'm here for. Instead, I'm here to give you a gift. I was told to come here and meet with you in person and tell you the following. Forgive those who hurt you deeply and let it go. It's time to let it go. Well, that's the message. That's why I came. I hope my words find meaning for you, and my apologies for the intrusion. So I guess we can get on with it.
Nope.
Love stinks. It's like being trapped in a phone booth with 16 flatulent people who just came from an all-you-can-eat bean dinner. You think it's funny? Well, it's not. It's depressing. I wish I'd never laid eyes on Billy Thompson. He's a total gross out. Stupid, selfish, insensitive, and about as much fun as an abscessed tooth. All right. Maybe it's not all his fault. Maybe his life hasn't been that great. His parents, they're total waste products. His father, Herb, runs a funeral home. Big deal, huh? A job's a job. But the problem with Herb Thompson is that he acts like someone who runs a funeral home. All slick and solemn and stiff. And Billy's mother, Gladys, the biggest trauma in her life was being told to be in the junior league. But the worst thing about the Thompsons, the thing that Billy can never forgive them for, is that they lied to him. Supposedly because they loved him, because they wanted to protect him. But it all came out one night at one of Gladys's fancy cocktail parties at the funeral home.
Believe me, if I unpause it, you'll live to regret it.
Miss being married? You have got to be kidding me. You just have no idea what it's like out there.
Do you think someone should tell her how ugly that dress is? She says it was because he was fixing her furnace.
The scar goes from here to... Well, never mind.
They're ruining the country. They're ruining the country.
Chit-chat, party chatter. Chit-chat, party chatter.
They just laid down and died. 2 innings to go, and they just laid down and died.
Party chat.
Do you think this is good? Do you think she makes her own mayonnaise?
It's the best. All you eat is spinach and beans. I've lost 3 pounds. But of course, you do spend a lot of time on the potty.
Billy!
Party chatter, party chatter.
Hi to everyone.
Party chatter.
Billy, come on, honey, don't be shy.
Billy!
Now, Herb, don't be so rough. For heaven's sakes, he's only 5.
Aww, isn't he cute?
Go give Aunt Margaret a kiss.
This is my friend, Mr. Lawley.
How you do, sir?
Why, I'm fine, thank you. What beautiful manners you have, boy.
Thank you, sir.
And so tall. What a big boy you are.
Thank you, sir.
You must knock him dead on the basketball court, eh?
No, sir.
No?
No, I don't knock them dead on the basketball court, sir.
Oh.
My mother doesn't like me to play basketball.
And why is that, boy?
When you play basketball, you get sweat, and when you sweat, you can catch a chill, and when you catch a chill, you can get ammonia. You can get ammonia, sir, and you can die from ammonia.
Well,
Billy, isn't he precious?
Thank you, Aunt Margaret.
Sweetie.
Come along and say goodnight to Uncle Billy.
Good night, sweetie.
well, he certainly is. And so,
Cute?
yes, he doesn't look at all like
His
his...
parents?
Yes!
He's not.
Not!
Theirs.
What?
Billy's adopted. But of course, he doesn't know.
Pretty rotten, huh? When you're a kid and your parents lie to you, you never really know what to believe anymore. You never know who to trust, so you trust nobody. One thing I admire about Billy is the way that he can hold a grudge. For years after that cocktail party, he refused to call them mom and dad. They refused to let him call them anything else. So by the time he was 9, he didn't call them at all. He built a whole new life for himself, modeled after the most powerful orphan of all time, Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet.
More powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman!
Great Scott! It's that fiendish Lex Luthor. He's planted a bomb in the United Nations building. Thousands will be killed, unless... This looks like a job for Superman! Up, up, and away! Well, my old friend Lex Luthor. We meet again. What's that, a laser gun? Pew, pew, pew. Put your puny weapon away. You can't hurt me. I'm invulnerable. Now, let me melt that gun with my heat vision before you hurt yourself. Great Krypton! I almost forgot the bomb!
Kapow!
Billy,
Hi.
what are you doing?
Playing?
Billy, for God's sake! You're almost 9. But don't you think you're a little old for... Billy, your mother is very hurt. Is it too much to ask? Is it too much to ask that you call her mom? You treat us both like we're total strangers. We're your parents, Billy. We're the only parents you've ever known. Look, we always meant to tell you, but one word, Billy. One word, Mom. Is it too much to ask?
Yes.
What?
Yes, it's too much to ask.
Clean up this room, it's a mess! And get rid of that ridiculous costume!
Yes, sir.
You're a cold one, Billy. You know that?
Yes, sir, I know that. You can't hurt me. I'm invulnerable.
I guess I was in the 4th grade when I got to know Billy. We'd been around each other since we were little, but I didn't really know him. He was just this quiet, nerdy kid in my class. The only reason I noticed him at all was because, like me, he didn't have any friends. But one day, we got a better chance to get acquainted at, of all places, the funeral home.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking for the girls' room.
She's downstairs, in the basement.
What are you hiding?
Nothing?
If it's nothing, why are you hiding it?
If I showed you, you'd probably tell.
Tell who?
My father?
I don't even know your father.
Oh.
So, what is it?
This.
Superman?
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
Really?
Honest.
I didn't think girls like this kind of stuff.
I do a lot. I used to.
What?
Forget it. You'll think it's dumb.
It won't.
You won't laugh?
Promise.
I used to pretend that Superman was my father.
So?
Every night, he'd fly in my window. His eyes would sparkle, and he'd smile, and he'd wrap me up in his arms and under his cape so I wouldn't get cold, and then we'd fly. Up, up, and away! Stupid, huh?
Really stupid.
Jerk!
Where are you going?
I gotta get back.
Why?
They'll be looking for me.
You better not tell. Your father would kill me.
Why?
Well, he runs this place.
So?
You know, funeral director.
So?
You don't think that's funny?
Why would I?
Everyone else does.
I don't think anyone's father is funny.
Well, what does your father do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He's dead. That's him in the next
Oh,
room.
jeez, I'm sorry. I
Don't
didn't...
be. I'm not. I'm glad he's dead. See ya.
Amen.
Lights out until she gets into place. Yeah, all lights out until she gets into place. And then,
What can I say? I fell in love with Billy that day. Partly because of the Superman thing, partly because he was the only kid as miserable as me. But mostly because I knew that, like me, his father had hurt him in some way. Hey, now don't get all interested. I'm not going to tell you about it. It's not something I can talk about. It's not something I can even think about. All I can say is, the day my father died, I felt like I was being let out of jail, and Billy Thompson was the first person I met. Billy didn't want me around. He didn't want anyone to think that he needed a friend. But I just kept hanging around the funeral home until he finally let me play Superman. Billy was always Superman. I was either the bad guy who threatened to destroy the Earth, or on good days, Crypto the Superdog. Arf, arf! In private, we were arch enemies. But in school, it was different. Billy pretended I didn't exist.
And that is why the needle of the compass points north.
That was very good work, George. Wasn't it, boys and girls? Now, who would like to go next? Kim.
My science project is on kryptonite. Many years ago, the planet Krypton flew through space, and pieces of the planet landed here on Earth. When they flew through space, the rocks did weird things, and they changed colors. Into green, white, red, and gold. Now, if you are an Earthling, these rocks won't do very much to you. But if you're from kryptonite, it's a different story. The white doesn't do that much. It just kills plants and vegetables and stuff like that.
Loser!
Red kryptonite can make you do real, strange things. But it doesn't last that long. Usually about 24 hours, so that's okay. The green kryptonite is the most dangerous, because it can kill you. The gold kryptonite takes away all your superpowers forever. It's not funny. My friend Billy Thompson says that the gold is the worst. 6th grade, sex reared its ugly head. In school that day, Mr. Cole and Miss Leonard herded the boys and the girls into different rooms. The girls were in the cafeteria. We were shown a film strip called Respect Your Body. Then, Miss Leonard talked about what it means to be a woman and why wait until marriage. I had no idea what it was we were supposed to wait to do. All the other girls were giggling and giving each other knowing looks. Then it finally hit me. They were talking about sex. So that's what it was all about. Never sitting on a boy's lap and learning to say no. I couldn't wait for the day to end so I could ask Billy what Mr. Cullen said to the boys. Billy! Billy!
What?
Jeez, what's your hurry?
I gotta get home.
Don't you want to
No!
You don't even want to
Stop following me, will you? You're always following me. What are you, my shadow? Can't I even walk home? Can't I even go down the street?
Listen, you deceived armpit.
Why don't you go play with your dolls or something? Or why don't you?
The only doll I ever had was a G.I. Joe, and you melted him in the microwave last summer when you were working on your heat vision.
Shut up, will you?
What's the matter? Afraid that someone might find out that you're in the 6th grade and you still pay Superman?
I said shut up, pussface!
Sure.
Snot nose!
Earwax!
Liar!
What?
You heard me, you fat, greasy, stupid liar. Always wanting to play tackle, never taking a bath, blowing your nose in your sleeve, looking like something that crawled out of the bottom of a pig pile. And all the time you're a girl.
I never said I wasn't, you scab.
You just think you're so tough.
I can take anything you can dish out, creep.
Sure.
Go on. Hit me. What are you, chicken? Go on. Hit me.
I don't hit girls!
Chicken. Slime. Crud. Reject. Dipstick loser freak. I can still spit farther than you, you sleazy maggot. You see what a jerk he is? I decided never to talk to that pizza-faced piece of weak-old toe jam again. That lasted about 2 days. Next time I saw Billy, he pretended that nothing had happened. But something had happened. He wouldn't talk to me. And if he bumped into me by mistake, he'd get all angry and bent out of shape. And then there was his 13th birthday party. He invited everyone in the whole school, except me. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Billy, happy birthday.
Gee, Hank, it sure was nice for you and all the guys from the football team to come to my party. No problem, dude. Naturally, we wouldn't want to miss a party for a great guy like you. And thanks for all that football stuff, but as you know, I don't play. But you will. Me and the guys got together and talked to Coach. We told him you were a natural athlete. He wants you suited up and out in the field for the big game. Wow, thanks. This really is the best birthday ever.
Ding dong.
What are you doing here?
I came for the party.
You weren't invited.
I came anyhow.
I don't want you here.
Tough, I'm staying. Hey, this looks great.
My mother told her not to.
Why?
Crepe paper and party hats, it's embarrassing. I mean, I'm practically in high school.
So?
Forget it, you wouldn't understand.
Maybe they got lost.
Right.
The traffic's terrible tonight.
Hey,
They
don't
could've got
confuse
some-
me with someone who cares. You want something to eat?
Maybe we should wait.
For what?
For the others.
You might starve. didn't have to.
I wanted to.
I don't want it.
Aren't you gonna open it? It's real old. You see, that's why all the pages are yellow and stuff. It's my favorite. You see, Superman, he realizes that he loves Lois Lane. But he can't be Superman and be in love. It'd be too dangerous. For Lois, you know? So, he decides to give it all up. So he flies to the Fortress of Solitude and goes right to the lead-lined box with gold kryptonite. At first, you don't think he's gonna do it. I mean, there's tears in his eyes. Superman's practically crying. Then he opens the box, and his face is all gold and warm. And he's given it all up. All the superpowers, everything. Invulnerability, flying, heat vision, everything. But he hasn't lost anything. He has traded it for something more real.
Real? It says on the back this is an imaginary issue. It never actually happened to Superman.
I don't care what it says. Maybe it hasn't happened yet. But it will. I mean, who wants to be alone forever?
Me?
Liar!
Happy birthday, Billy!
It was not going well. Billy and I could not stop fighting. It was awful, and no one showed up to the party. It was pathetic. Billy blamed it on his parents and the fact that they lived in the funeral home.
Did you get a chance to see Mrs. Harrison?
She looks lovely, Herbert.
The family thought we'd have to have a closed casket.
A beautiful piece of work.
Frankly, I never thought we'd get her looking so much like herself. Not after what she went through.
Well, I recognized her right away.
There's no substitute for craftsmanship. Remember that, William.
Do we have to talk about this at dinner?
Billy, please.
Watch yourself, William.
Is there enough that we have to be surrounded by them?
Billy, I think you
Isn't it enough that we have to live with them? That it's like some grade B horror movie in here with corpses in every room? Do we have to talk about them at dinner too? It's disgusting.
Disgusting, is it? Well, isn't that just too damn bad? Dead people are my business, and it's a damn good business. Dead people pay for your dental work. Dead people put clothes on your back. Dead people put food on this table and a roof over your head. And if you don't like it, then you can just leave.
During the summer after our sophomore year, I sent Billy a letter from camp. Good night, muskrats.
Good night, Kim.
I don't want to go to bed.
Dear Billy, this seems so weird. I mean, we've known each other since the 4th grade, but this is the first time I've ever had to write to you. Unless you count that time I spray painted that obscenity on your locker last fall, the day after you told me you put worms in my tuna salad sandwich and made me throw up in the cafeteria in front of the entire sophomore class. And Mr. Balekny, who never really liked me that much in the first place, because I fell asleep in his biology class 2 days in a row. Is that a run-on sentence? I would have paid more attention in English class if I realized that I might actually have to use that stuff someday. This camp sucks eggs. I'm what they call a CIT, which means counselor in training, which means that they get to work us like slaves and that they don't have to pay us. This place is awful. I have to run around after the most annoying, whiny, nail-biting 8-year-olds ever in the whole world. And this place is a wilderness. Everywhere you look, trees, trees, and more trees. It could make you crazy. What I wouldn't give for one piece of white kryptonite, I destroy every piece of vegetation within 100 miles of this hellhole. I hate this place. I hate my mother for making me come here, but most of all, I hate you for not even coming to say goodbye to me. I got your number, Billy. I know that you avoided me because you thought that if you came to say goodbye, I might get all emotional and, oh God forbid, embarrass you. And then maybe you'd get all emotional. And maybe, just maybe, you get emotional. But what a laugh that is. And I don't care if this is a run-on sentence because you make me sick, you Weasley scumbag. And I don't miss you one stinking bit. It's scary here when it gets dark. There are all these weird sounds in the woods. The campers, they have nightmares and they get homesick. So I tell them stories. Superman stories. I know it's dumb, but those are the only stories I know. And besides, the kids love them. When they get real scared, I tell them to wrap their blanket around them and pretend that it's Superman's cape. It'll keep them safe. And they believe me. Yesterday, Donna Sue hadn't asked me if I had a boyfriend. I said I didn't know. Well, I better stop here so I won't start a new paragraph. I always stunk at paragraphs. You're Kim. P.S. You better write to me soon.
Dear Kim, I got your letter, Billy.
Can you believe him? Can you? When I got home from camp that summer, I refused to call him. And of course, he wasn't going to call me first. But I didn't care. I didn't. I wasn't going to let him drag me down. So, when school started, I got more involved with the drama club. It was great. It was the one place in the whole stinking school where it was okay to be weird. And I loved to act. To pretend to be a different person was such a relief. And I never really saw Billy, but if I did, I'd give a big, hey, how's it going? And then rush off before he could answer. Because it was obvious that things were going bad. He was all blank-faced and scary. He looked like one of the guys out of Night of the Living Dead. It must have been so bad, because his mother called my mother. She wanted to talk to me, but I refused. I wasn't going to get sucked in. Herb and Gladys must have been in a total panic by the time that they forced Billy to see a psychiatrist.
I just want you to know right from the beginning that I don't want to be here.
I see.
It's a waste of money. I told my father he could make me come here, but he couldn't make me talk. I don't care what they say. I'm not crazy.
No.
No. I'm sick of it. Either they treat me like dirt or they just tiptoe around me like I'm some kind of lunatic. Why can't they just leave me alone?
Alone.
Damn straight. I don't need their concern, and I don't want it. I mean, why can't they just leave me alone?
Really?
It's this whole adoption thing. My parents are so paranoid about it. Big deal, right? Lots of people are adopted. I saw this thing in the paper the other day about this family in Florida. They adopted this kid, and, he turned out to be a real juvenile delinquent. Drugs, stealing. So, after 15 years of living with the kid, they try to unadopt him. I mean, what's that got to do with me, right? I don't give them any trouble.
Is that so?
They just think I'm weird. They think I don't have any friends. It goes to show you how much they know. I have tons of friends. I mean, Mother's always asking, well, why don't you invite one of them home to dinner? Who wants to eat dinner in a funeral home? It doesn't bother me, I'm used to it, but I'm sure it would ruin most other people's appetites.
I see.
And there's this girl. God. I mean, she's been following me around for years, And then all of a sudden it's like I'm radioactive. She won't come near me. Not that I want her to like me. Supposedly it's the people who like you the most that can deal the most damage. I just want to be left alone. I mean, is that too much to ask for?
Yes.
What?
Yes, it's too much to ask.